We are live.
Yeah, I think so. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. Let's give it a couple minutes. Can we see? Do you see people connected here? Okay, I'm gonna join the chat here. I'm gonna join us. YouTube us.
I have plenty of them. I mean, but the
think-
whole one is this. This is the old one. This is like
Amazing. I think that's the best. There's always where we should start is by showing Alrocar's keywords. That's what people are here for, really.
yeah. But I think I have noise cancellation or something, so you wouldn't hear anything probably. I don't know. But I use this one. This is like the backup. This is when I'm not like using the the primary one. I grab this one and just do like this. I mean, this is not even connected, you know.
It's just the pleasure of
Yes.
the ASMR of it all.
Yes.
All right. So, hey, should we start reviewing what is it we're going to be doing today? Just to what's the plan?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to share my screen.
Cool.
I prepared this. Like, this is the only slide for the whole session. The thing is, we're gonna build an Uptime Monitor service, kind of service that checks URLs, and you can have like a public page with the status of different services, different URLs. And we're gonna make it with. I mean, we've picked like these tools specifically because when thinking about this,
are you sharing your screen, Rocker?
yes.
Now
Okay,
I'm seeing.
I have to click here. Okay.
There you go. Now we're seeing it.
Perfect. So we have these 5 services we're gonna use: Lovable for the front end, Tinybird for the backend and analytics, Trigger.dev because we need some background job that performs the checks. We want to receive notifications. We use resend, and we probably add like authentication layer with Clerk. And we're not gonna code anything. We're gonna use like 3 different type of agents. You already know Lovable. You can build front-end apps. You can host them. You can do many things with it. We're gonna present Tinybird code, which is similar kind of tool, a CLI tool that can build a whole analytics backend. And then like a general purpose one, Cursor, for anything else. In this case, if we have to do like a Trigger.dev task, we have the Cursor rules for Trigger. We can do it. And the plan is doing like these different things. First, a public status page where you can check different monitors, the uptime, the current status. Maybe we can show an individual monitor page for each one with additional metrics. And you can filter by time period. By default, maybe last 30 days or something like that. Then we'll do the jobs to check periodically URLs and send email notifications. And if we have time, we'll do like the admin panel. So you can register, you can create monitors, you can specify URL where you want to be notified, and the ability to activate or deactivate monitors and so on. And two important restrictions, because there are many ways to do this, but we've decided to not use any additional backend or any additional API. So we will make some decisions around that restriction. And the second one is that we're not going to code anything. Probably we could do it, but we want to do it like end-to-end, like using these 3 agents. So I'm going to start.
Let's go. Yeah. So there's no cushion here. We're just going to go. We're just going to start with all of this stuff, and hopefully we complete everything we want to do.
That's it. So first thing is I'm going to install the Tinybird code agent.
Yeah, so we'll build first the data backend. So
yeah, the backend, yeah, because I mean it's simpler. Once you have like the APIs and everything, you can build the front end. You can integrate with the background job, etc.
Yeah, maybe it's worth mentioning also the TB and Tinybird code, and which is pretty recent as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just as an intro, Tinybird has had a CLI for a long time, but recently we came out with Tinybird code, which essentially is like a cloud code type of experience where you can build Tinybird projects and with natural language type of experience, and it knows everything about ClickHouse and everything about Tinybird, and so it's really good at building the analytical backend for applications. So that's what we'll be using today.
That's it. So once you install it, you have like this command line TB, and it's gonna ask you to authenticate. I'm gonna authenticate to the Tinybird cloud. I'm gonna create a new workspace. Let's call it Uptime Monitor. Here's where we're gonna there is already one. Here's where we're gonna store our data, publish our APIs, etc. Okay, so that's a requirement, and then this is similar interface to Cloud Code or the Gemini CLI. You basically tell what you want to do, and it does it. So I'm gonna say I want to build an Uptime Monitor service. It should have. We're gonna have like very simple, like 2 tables. Table to store monitors, and another one to store the checks, the periodic checks, for instance, and then create 2 endpoints. For instance, one to list the monitors, and the other one with for a daily status page for each monitor. So I'm gonna keep it simple because now it's gonna give us a plan of the things it thinks it has to do, and we can modify if we want. So basically, it's gonna do what we asked for: a couple of data sources, a couple of endpoints, and it's gonna generate some fixtures so we can play with it.
Yeah. So if someone, while this is working, if someone's not familiar with some of the terminology of Tinybird, data sources are essentially the tables and where the data is going to be coming from, let's say. So let's look at this one. This is monitors, which is going to have an ID, name, URL, intervals, timeout, created at, and so on. Does that sound good?
I'm going to add a column, add an email column to receive notifications, because I think we're going to need it. Probably we need more stuff, but we can add it later.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm going to accept.
It's great that it knew that you were talking about specifically that task, which is great. So you can modify it as you go.
That's it. And then this is the checks data source. It has a reference to the monitor ID, timestamp, status code is up. It's fine. The only thing I'm gonna change is, I don't know if I want that precision, but we can leave it like that.
Yeah, we can always show how to iterate data sources later as well.
Now this is simple. This is an endpoint. It's an SQL query that selects everything from monitors where it's active. It's fine for now.
It's pretty straightforward.
And okay, this one is gonna aggregate by day. For each monitor and URL, are we gonna have like the successful checks, total checks, uptime percentage? Okay, this is fine. The only thing I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add a couple of things. Add the current filter, add the ability to filter by a time range.
That makes sense.
And filtering by monitor ID is optional.
That's great. That way you can basically get them all, right?
That's it, yeah. So we have here the change, which is basically what we want. We can send a couple of parameters to filter the SQL, and this is optional now.
Awesome.
Next thing, I think is going to create like the fixtures in case we want to test it locally.
So basically, with Tinybird, you're working initially in your local environment. So all of this will be created and tested against your local environment, and it's associated to a workspace in Tinybird Cloud. So once we're happy with it, we can simply push, and we'll have the database, the schemas, the endpoints, and everything to basically start sending data and start querying in real time.
Okay. This is, so now it's generating like data just to test. And I'm gonna do some things is both tables have like a key you can join together, which is the ID and the monitor ID. I'm gonna tell that use, for instance, these two keys. Use this as monitor ID. This one and this one, for instance, these two.
Yeah,
so that way
we'll have mock data that actually makes sense.
That's it.
We can do joins and things like that.
That's perfect now.
Awesome.
So I think we're gonna have right now like both tables with data and both endpoints. So next thing I usually do is, okay, give me like, how do I use these endpoints? Okay, give me some sample HTTP requests for the daily status and list monitors. Because right now we're gonna go to Lovable. We're gonna start integrating these APIs. So I need to know how to
call them.
And also I want to like check that everything is working locally before deploying to the cloud.
There you go.
So if okay, this is list monitors without any parameter. If I open, we have here like the response for this API, which is fine.
Can you make it a little bit bigger? Yeah, there you go.
This is basically a select from the table, and the one that I'm more interested in is this one, the daily status. And that's it. That's the same thing. We have for each monitor, we have the date, the checks and the uptime percentage for this specific date. And same for the other monitors we have and for
Mhm.
different dates. So with this in place, next thing to do, well, there is, okay, that's fine, yeah. Next thing to do is deploying to the cloud and then go to Lovable.
Yeah.
One
We're
thing I
gonna.
realized is
Yeah.
I haven't added any token, because usually, I mean, in Tinybird we have the concept of tokens, which are used in the request. For instance, this is a token that has permissions over a
Yep.
group of resources, and by default, there is an admin token that has permissions on everything in the workspace. That's not what we want to use for a front-end application.
Yeah.
So in this case, to start, I'm gonna tell the agent to just add a token with read permissions on the
Yeah.
on
On the
endpoint.
endpoints. Right.
Add a token with read permissions on both endpoints.
So the way that tokens work with Tinybird is that essentially, as you can see there, it just simply defines or declares a new token in the endpoints. And when we push this to Tinybird Cloud, it will check if those tokens already exist or not. If they don't exist, it will generate those tokens with permissions to just the endpoints where it's been declared, basically. So that way you can control access to what tokens you're generating in a declarative way, which is pretty cool.
So now the thing is, we have created like all the resources that we're going to deploy to cloud, and there is an interesting thing here, because when I usually use this kind of tool, sometimes they have like a development environment, and then you have a production environment, or you have preview environments, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't usually know how to deploy to production, to be honest. And the good thing about this is I can just tell deploy to cloud, and that's it. I mean, I don't have, the command is super simple. It's tb cloud deploy, but I don't have even think about the command. It's just, okay, deploy everything you change to the cloud and take care.
Yeah, it's worth checking here, that it basically, it's telling you, okay, you've added couple new data sources, couple new endpoints. There's changes to the token names, uptime read. It's adding those permissions specifically. So it's just telling you everything that's about to do in production. And then it's just going ahead and prepare the deployment and put it in production. Can you make it a little bit bigger as well?
Yes. And that's it. I mean, this is like the cloud workspace. We have both tables, both endpoints. They are empty now.
Mm-hmm.
Just to test, I'm going to append like the fixtures we have, so we can move to Lovable to start integrating, and then we can truncate the tables and do like the real thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Append fixtures to cloud. Let's see how this goes. Yes. And yes. So now if I go to, well, I don't need to go here, but anyway, there should be data already, okay?
Yeah, amazing. Great stuff.
By
the way, like, I just want to highlight and shout out to the Tinybird team, because like this has worked like a charm. No mistakes, nothing, which is unusual with LLMs. They always make slight mistakes here and there. So amazing.
And actually we didn't give any detailed instruction. It was just, okay, do this, without even defining the schema or nothing.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay, let's go to Lovable. And same thing, basically. In this case, we're going to say, let me make it bigger, build the public page for an Uptime Monitor service. Use Tinybird as the backend. and we're gonna use directly. Sorry,
The instructions, right?
We're gonna use basically. I'm gonna tell use this endpoint.
Yeah.
Daily status. Sorry for the mess. Use this endpoint. This is a sample response. This one. Let me copy. Maybe we don't need everything, but I'm gonna paste it anyway. And that's it. I'm not gonna tell anything else for now.
We absolutely love Lovable, and yeah, excited to use it with for this project. I remember the first time I used Lovable, I actually used the Uptime Monitoring Service as an example, and I just literally just like a simple prompt. I want to build an Uptime Monitoring Service that I could take monitors and so on, and it just built. It was like perfect out of the gate. It was very impressive.
Actually, you can start the other way around sometimes. It's like, okay, give Lovable like a super simple prompt, like I want to build this. And based on the interface it builds, then you build like the APIs for it. So you can do it in any direction, depending on how creative you want to be.
Yep.
And I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure if it took the prompt. Maybe I'm gonna try again. Because, okay, I think this is too long.
Maybe too much. Yeah, let's give him a simpler response.
Yes, let me take like 4 or 5 lines. Maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Let's try it like this better. Otherwise, it's too much context, I think. Okay. This is much better now.
Let's see what it comes up with.
Okay, it's working.
I'll create a beautiful Uptime Monitor dashboard using the Tinybird API. Feature personal design with the status indicators, response time metrics, and historical data visualization. Awesome. Exactly what we need. By the way, we've started with a simple service, but once we have this running, if we have time, we can also think about making it multi-tenant as well, and so on. This should be pretty straightforward to do once you have the basics, but actually starting with this without worrying about multi-tenant is, makes for faster progress at the beginning, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm thinking let's give it a minute.
Yep.
Otherwise, we can go and in parallel start creating like the background task.
Yep, makes sense. Oh, look, it's starting to come up with files.
Okay.
There he goes.
Okay.
Boom.
Great.
Nice.
I was expecting like this kind of visualization. So perfect.
That's great.
Okay, so we have now this connected to the APIs. Actually, there is the two monitors we had in place.
That's amazing. So it's already pulling from the data, right?
Yeah, that's it. So next thing we can do is go straight and create like the background task, okay? And for this, I'm going to use Cursor, okay? I've
Yep.
already imported the trigger.dev Cursor rules with everything
Yep.
in place. And to start, to be honest, I started using trigger.dev this week, and I really like the command line tool they have, because basically you initialize a project. I already created an account and so on, and you start like a development environment where everything you modify in your local host is automatically deployed to a development environment in the cloud.
So very
And it
similar to how Tinybird works in local, but sending sets up a development environment for you in the cloud, right?
and that's super convenient actually. And you have here like in the onboarding, you can choose like creating an example task. And I'm gonna create this schedule one because it's the one we're gonna use. And if we look at the project, we now have a trigger folder with this
Yep.
sample task, okay?
Yep.
So I'm gonna start the local environment. And first thing it does is looking at what tasks you have locally, and it's deployed to the cloud. So let me take a look here. First scheduled
Can you
task.
make it a little bit bigger?
Yes.
That's my main contribution to this live stream is reminding you to make things bigger.
So this is the task, and I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just running it. It's
Yep.
not what we want, okay? Just to make sure things are working.
Yep.
So now the thing is, we told we're not gonna use any other backend service, so we're gonna take the license to do something to build the monitoring task. So we already have a table in Tinybird with a list of monitors. So we're gonna do is having like a single task that is gonna do a request to the list monitors endpoint with everything. Well, actually only the active ones.
Yeah, makes sense.
And for now, it's gonna check the URL, and it's gonna save the check in the table we have for that, so we can visualize it in the public status page. And finally, we will tell to notify by email, okay, to the email we have in the table.
But it'll notify my email if it fails, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably we will need another endpoint for the task to know if it has to notify or not, because usually if a monitor starts failing again and again, you don't want to get notified like every minute.
Yeah. So maybe normally in these services you have something like, if it fails for twice in a row or 3 times in a row, then you notify that it's down, as opposed to every time it fails, right?
So, okay, let's use Cursor for this. So I'm gonna explain what I want. I don't know if I can make this bigger. Let's do it this bigger for now. Modify the schedule task to do next. So first thing it has to do is take the list of monitors. So we have an endpoint for this. I'm gonna tell to use the endpoint directly. Request this API to get a list of monitors. To do next, to build a monitor and uptime monitor check. Monitors. Second, for each monitor, do a request to the URL, and then save the result in the checks table. And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go to the table checks, and I'm gonna copy like a sample of data. Timestamp, that's it. This is a sample request. And finally, if the monitor is down, send an email using resend to the email in the email column. Since I'm not using I'm using like the onboarding resend account, so I'm gonna tell to use the onboarding resend email, and that's it. Let's see what happens. So in Trigger, let me show you. There is a place in environment variables where I already configured the resend API key.
Okay.
So it will use it, and that's it. And I already created like accounts for resend and for everything. So it's already pre-configured, but I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just sign up on every place and copy and paste the keys, whatever it takes.
Yeah. Okay. Existing data sources, blah, blah.
Okay, so this is the first request. And then this is gonna check every monitor, which is basically a request to the URL, which is fine. And then it's gonna build a result that is gonna be posted in the text table in Tinybird.
Yep.
And finally, if the monitor is down, it's gonna send a notification, which is an email using the onboarding email to the monitor email. And that's pretty much it. So now that I've saved this file, this is gonna be automatically deployed. Could not resolve resend. Okay, I think I need to add resend as a dependency. Okay, I missed this.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it right now. Let me check if there is a package JSON here. Yes. I don't usually allow, I don't know why, but I don't allow cursor to run commands for me. So I prefer to do it manually, but there's people that just
just YOLO it basically.
Or tell us, okay, run whatever you want, okay, but I don't do it. So we have just the tasking here deployed, and the only thing is, since we are using fixtures right now, we're gonna run the task, and it's not going to work because the URLs probably don't exist, the email neither, and everything, okay? But the important thing is we have 5 monitors, so it's going to check the 5 of them. And
check results saved for service uptime. Did that work?
Yeah, let's check it out. I mean, it's returning 200, so probably yes. Let's check this out. We can do like select from checks. What happened? Order by timestamp. Okay, so this is like the current check it did. Okay.
That's pretty good. Very good.
So
Amazing.
With this in place, what we can do, I think, is start like iterating a little bit things. So
Yeah.
I think first thing we can do is, I mean, we can go straight to add like the multi-tenancy thingy and start adding things to the dashboard, or what do you think?
I mean, we could. I guess what we could do is, should we add the form first to create new monitors,
Yes,
or
let's
it's like like a mini admin dashboard, basically.
let's do that. Okay, let's create an admin panel, and we integrate directly with Clerk. I think we can do it right now.
Yeah.
Use Clerk for the signing. Add a button in the admin panel to add a new monitor. This is the required fields. So let's see. When we create a new monitor, we want to set the name, the URL, the email, basically everything. These things.
Exactly. One thing I was just thinking also, one thing to change later probably is right now the task is basically not taking into account the check interval. So so it's something we can also improve later.
Yes. And that's it. So this is going to ask me for the Clerk public key. So I'm gonna grab one.
Mm-hmm.
I have here already an application created. And let me find. I never find where is the.
Once more, my favorite sentence. Can you make it a little bit bigger?
Okay,
that's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for. You're welcome.
No worries. So I'm gonna copy this publishable key, which is the one we can use in the frontend. Let me see. I understand you want to create a new panel. Has supervise enabled. Let's use Clerk. Let's use Clerk for auth. So the thing is, of course, we can use other developer tools, but in this case, we decided to go with this set of tools. Share your voice. Okay, this one. And this is going to be quite straightforward because there is like an integration for Clerk in Lovable, so you don't have to think much about how to do it neither.
Yeah. I like it. I like to see other people using AI tools just to compare to how I use them. Like I think I waste a lot of time being very specific. Like I would have said, "This is the key," and then physically, and then you. But I like that you just go and just paste everything as it is, and let it figure it out. Which is totally the way to go.
To be honest, the one thing is you never know if you are doing things the way they are supposed to be done.
Yeah.
The only thing is, okay, if the outcome is or the output is what you are expecting, then you are in the right path. Otherwise, then you have to test other things.
Yeah.
And I don't usually trust on those people that has like a super complex workflow. Like, I don't know, maybe it works, but I don't use it. I just go straight to the point, and that's it.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Seems like
there was an error. This is a very typical thing. It didn't happen with Tinybird code, but I mean, it could have happened. Like there is an error. It processed the error message, and eventually it got fixed.
Okay, there's the admin panel button. Still working.
Yeah.
Fix the interface. By now we're getting used to this, but it's amazing what we've done in 40 minutes now. Like, this is the kind of thing that, normally to set up a database, to think about all of those things in advance, and you didn't even tell it it did a good chunk of the thinking for you, which is what you're going to need for an uptime monitor schema and all of those things, so it's pretty impressive.
Okay.
All right,
let me see.
let's do it.
Refuse to connect my Google account. Why?
This is a hosted version.
I don't know why is this happening. Let me check if I have configured this properly. Password.
SSO.
This is Google. And this is fine. Okay, let me check again. Sign in. Maybe I have to sign up first. No.
Yeah, maybe we just pass this error to Lovable and see.
Yeah. When signing, it says Google. What it says?
Accountschool.com refuse to connect.
Refuse to connect. Why I have this here? I don't know. Another thing we can try is to using an email address.
Because the current domain is configured in your Clerk Google OAuth settings.
No, to use email password, which was email. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let me refresh. Let me sign up first.
Yep.
Okay, I'm already signed in. Let me remove myself.
You want me to send me the link if you want? I don't know. Oh, you're gonna delete your user. Okay.
I'm going to delete. Yeah. Let me see now. I'm going to use a strong password where I can do it.
All right, there you go.
Let me check. Verification code. Admin panel. Okay.
Boom. There we are.
So, okay, let's try to add one Tinybird, and we're gonna check our own web page. And I'm gonna notify myself every 5 minutes and a timeout of 30 seconds. Successfully created monitor.
Boom. That's how fast the Events API is.
let me check if it was created or not. Monitors. Wait, because maybe it is not doing the request as expected. Let me check if there is a request in here. Tinybird. Okay, I have to repeat the process. I mean,
it's
we
not,
already have.
it's not doing. I didn't see the network panel. Didn't it do a request?
Yeah, it needs to do the request because it's not being done. So
Okay.
I'm going to repeat that part of the prompt. Actually, I didn't tell.
You didn't specify. Yeah.
Okay, so I can do on create monitor, do a request to this API, and then we do the same as with trigger. We go here, we look for the data source. In this case, is the monitors one, and we get like a sample, a snippet.
Yep.
The ID is auto-generated. Okay. To this API. Auto-generate required ID and the created at date. One thing we should do here is, let me see, use a token with append permissions over that specific table. I will do it next.
Yep.
Actually, in the meanwhile, I'm going to tell Tinybird code to do it. A token with append permissions to the monitor table. So now this is like, we went like from 0 to 1 quickly.
Yep.
And now is the time when you start like iterating. So when you start jumping from one tool to the other is, okay, now I need an append token. I go here and I add it. I deploy to the cloud. Then I go to Lovable, use this token. Next, I go to the task and say a different thing. So that's like the interesting part, and it's like where things start to like flow in a different pace.
Yeah, so it just simply adding the token is simply adding that instruction at the top, token and the name of the of the token and the scope, and then you have to deploy to get it added to the cloud environment.
That's it.
That's it.
And now I can go and take the tokens, the uptime append.
Yep.
And use this token for the event request. And now we can test it and see what happens. Okay, so let's try to create the monitor now. Tinybird. I'm going to open the network thing.
Yeah, to see if it's doing the right request there.
And now it works. Okay, this is a successful rows. And if we go here and okay, this is the one we just created, okay? So I'm going to do something now. I think I'm going to truncate everything.
Yeah, so we have real data.
Yeah, and we're going to start working with the actual data.
Yep.
Truncate all tables in the cloud.
So this is going to run the TV data source truncate monitors.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually forgetting about all the commands. I could write myself, but because it's like super simple, but I usually do it like this. It's like when deploying, I don't have to think how to deploy things. It's just deploy to the cloud, truncate tables, do whatever thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So now everything should be empty. Let's create a new one. Tinybird. Tinybird.co. Create the monitor. This is it. Now we have it here. And now if I run the task, now it should do something right. Test it. Found one active monitor, checking the monitor, save the result, and it completes. If I go to the checks table, then I have one check that it works.
Awesome. Boom. Amazing.
And now I'm going to create one that doesn't exist, just to...
Maybe you want to show the, create another one, and then we'll show the status monitor page as well.
Yes. Example.com.
Does that not exist, example.com?
It doesn't, I guess. No, it doesn't exist. So we now have two monitors, the example.com and the tinybird.co, and we're going to run the task. I'm doing this manually, but this is a schedule, okay? But this is just for testing for now.
Yep.
So we have the example one and down notification sent. Let me see if I have it in my email. I have it here.
Okay. Boom. Amazing.
So now let's check like the main dashboard. We have it. I mean,
just
ideally this is like a 90-day or 30-day like storyline. But for now, since we have just like one check for each one, this is how it's working. There is one thing in here which we should start fine-tuning and so on. For instance, this date probably is not being
it's fake,
taken from the table and so on. But this is like the small details where you just have to start reviewing things and just
iterating and getting to exactly to show what you want, essentially. But it's pretty like, but the ones at the top seem correct. Like the two services monitored, overall uptime is 50% because one was up and the other one was down. So that seems to be correct.
That's it. So what else we can do? We can do a couple of things more. We can do like the multi-tenancy thing. For instance, I think I can invite you here.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but
invite by email.
To send you this.
Oh yeah, just send it to me on Slack or whatever you want.
So let's do like the multi-tenancy thing, and we can both like sign up and create our monitors and have our like public page. Okay.
Yes.
This with you.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So to do like the multi-tenancy thing, first thing I'm going to do is go to the APIs in the tables and APIs in Tinybird and add a new column, like a user ID column or something like this.
Yep.
Then when creating a monitor, we will populate it with the user ID from Clerk.
Yeah, so we'll have to change on Clerk as well, right?
Yes. Well, we have to change in Lovable.
The code. Yeah, the code.
Just say, use the user ID from the authenticated user.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can do two things. First thing is we can filter the monitors by user ID, depending on the authenticated user. And second, we can have like a public permalink per user ID. So with all those things in place, I think we can have like the complete multi-tenant version.
Makes sense.
So let's start by add a user ID column to the monitors table and modify the endpoint so they can be filtered by it.
As simple as that. Actually, for the list of monitors, yeah, should be optional user ID as well, because for now, I assume we're going to use the same task for now in Trigger. Although we could, like, if we had a backend, a normal regular backend, we would probably create one task per monitor per user, let's say. But for now, I think makes sense.
Yeah, in a production scenario, let's say, even when this can work in production, I will do it like you mentioned. Like for each monitor we will have like a task in Trigger.dev.
Yeah.
But for now, I think this serves the purpose, and it's an easy way to have like a monitoring task without having a specific backend.
Yeah. Hit it. It's basically adding the filter.
Yes. So yeah, it added the column to the monitors table and to the two endpoints parameters, so it can be filtered by it. And with this in place, we do what we usually do, which is deploy to cloud. This is like a minimal change. Oh, okay. Okay, since we changed the schema of one of the tables, of one of the landing tables that is getting data, we have to tell how to populate that column for the rows that doesn't have a value for it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do it with a default value. Okay. So this is automatically reported by the deployment process, and the agent automatically fixes it. One thing I'm thinking, let's do it like this. Okay.
Yeah, normally, I guess if you had an empty table, it would have just done the change, right?
Yes.
This is really cool. I mean, this is really cool when you actually have real data and you're trying to change a schema. It's going to essentially ask you, what do you want to do with this column for the data that already exists? And with that query, you can be specific about exactly what you want it to happen. Do you want to provide a null value? Do you want to provide like a default value, etc.? Yeah, makes sense.
Or I could just fill it with my user ID, for instance.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think it's fine for now, like having it empty. So this is already deployed. Okay. So with this in place, we can go to Lovable.
Yep.
And say modify the request to P0 event to add the third user ID. So since the add monitor form is behind the authentication form, whenever you create a monitor, you are authenticated. And we're going to send just like the ID for the authenticated user.
Yeah. By the way, one very cool thing is that when you wrote that prompt, I immediately started seeing in my I have a Lovable open here, the same page you are. So I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes. So let's try to create another one. I'm going to open this. I'm going to call it Tinybird Rocker. Tinybird.co, and I'll record Tinybird.co, create the monitor. And if we look at the payload, sorry, because I don't know how to make this bigger, but we have the user ID, okay?
I'm going
If
to
I
sign up as well, so I can create some monitors here.
So I now have a monitor with my user ID.
Mm-hmm.
So next thing is filter. I mean, when I'm in, let me check this. When I'm in the dashboard, I don't want to show this, but I want to show the monitors that I created. So
Exactly.
I can have like a permalink that I can share to my users or embed on my website or whatever. Okay. So that's the next thing we're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like I still see. I've just signed in as Jorge Tiny, but I still see all of the monitors. So I think that's the best one to change after this one.
Yes, that's it. It is not listed here, the one I created, because it doesn't have any check yet. And the information we are showing here is based on the checks.
Yeah.
So next time the task runs, we will have like another monitor here. But let's do like that part, like having the ability to filter the monitors for my user ID, okay? So for that, I think I'm going to use a feature that has embedded clerk. Well, I don't know if do it like that. No, I'm gonna do it directly, like filtering the APIs by user ID. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So let me think about it. So what
I mean, are you? Should we? Yeah. So for the status page, what changes here is that this, because it's a public one, it cannot be the same URL for everybody. You have to have like a. So we need to think how we do that. Normally, you'd have like a customers table or something like that.
I was thinking on. I mean, we can do it like that, yeah, like having like a table to map customers with user IDs. But I was thinking on doing like user and user ID, something like this.
Yeah,
In the
something.
URL.
Let's do some. Exactly, let's do something like that.
And then whatever ID you put in here, since this is a public page, the monitors are filtered, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So add a path like this and filter the Tinybird endpoints by user ID.
Hey, can you invite me to the Tinybird workspace as well?
Yes.
So I can check the data on my side.
Settings. Tinybird.co. Oh, I have to do it. Tinybird.co. That's it.
Thanks.
Okay, let's see what it does.
Because now I don't see the ones that the monitors that I've added in the. I still see your monitors, but I don't know why it would only show yours.
Yes, I think that's because there is no checks yet for yours. But
that's right.
I run the task. Let me run the task once.
That makes sense.
Now it checked the result for Lovables. So we have one row for your monitor, and you should be able to see. Yes. Okay. Navigation links to the user dashboard on the main page. That's it. So we now have 4 monitors, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna filter by my user ID and see if it works. Monitors. This is my user ID. I'm gonna do this. It doesn't seem it's working.
Okay. Something wrong in the...
Yes. User monitors, okay. It changed the
URL.
Yeah. It's not user monitors. It's, let me check. What's the name of the endpoint? Daily status. It's daily status, the name of the endpoint. Let's see what happens. I think it's not doing it right, because I think it has created a new dashboard page instead
of changing the existing one,
the
right?
main page. Yes. Yes. I'm going to, let me check, forbidden. Yeah, I'm going to redo like the prompt. I'm gonna be more specific, because I think what I told is add a path. No.
Yeah.
I want to show a public status page. With a permalink like host user ID. Whenever I load that URL, I want to visualize the main page, but with the, how was the name? Daily status icon filtered by user ID. Let's see if this is more clear.
It's doing another one. It's fine. We'll get rid of the main one once it's. I mean, what we could do is, if you're logged in, it could take you to that one directly. If you're not logged in, then maybe that's the homepage to our new Uptime Monitoring Service.
Let's see what it does. Maybe it works. I don't know. Or maybe I can. Well, let's see. Okay, network. No, it's using a token that it's not the right one. That's one thing. But I'm gonna tell to use the homepage. Do not use the user dashboard. Use the main page instead. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Add user ID parameter. I think it got it.
Okay, delete this file. Oof, yeah. I like this, because I mean there are many times when it starts doing things wrong that you are left with a lot of things that you don't use.
Yeah.
A lot of files that are not needed. So this is very nice. Okay, let's see what happens now. Let me try to load the homepage first. Okay, homepage is working. And then this one is not using the right token. So I'm going to tell to use the right token.
That's interesting. Where is that? Maybe it's using the append one or something like that.
It's not using any token.
Ah.
Yeah. Use this token for the request.
Normally, so you put this in a secret or something.
Yes.
For the time being.
Let's do it like that first, but yeah, it forgot to add the token. Yeah, that's a good point. Whenever you use tokens in an application like this, if we look at the code, it's probably like hard-coded in many places.
Yep.
So the right thing to do is like having like environment variables and so on.
Yep.
Let's see. I think it failed. For get the error below. Let's see what happens. Yes, it has to fix the error. Okay.
So if you go to the main page, you'll see it's added a My Monitors button at the top. I don't know if you saw that. That takes you to your one with your user ID.
What can you my monitors. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
But still not working. I don't know if it's finished or not.
Okay, let me check. I'm going to refresh. My monitors, no. Logs. Let me check the request. I think it's not doing right the request to the endpoint. Network. No. Well, there is data. Yes. Yeah, this is mine. Try to fix again.
I'm checking on my side as well, see if it's returning the right.
Uptime, yeah. I think the problem is it's trying to do like a separate page, which doesn't make any sense because it's filtering, but it doesn't know how to fill the different attributes and so on. So let's see if we are able. Let's give it another try to see if we are able to filter the main page.
Yeah.
That's not what I want. What I want is to filter the main page, to filter the results from the main page. Instead, add the user ID query parent to the daily status request in the main page. Get it from the URL. User ID. Otherwise, main page with all the results. No, without filtering by user.
Yeah.
Use the exact same homepage component. So that's more or less what you said before. Is by default I try to be like very generic, and when things go wrong, then I have to
You
be
need to
more
have to be very prescriptive. Yeah.
explicit. So now it seems it got it. You want to use the exact same component, but conditionally filter the data based on the URL parameter.
That's right.
Okay, let's see what happens now. Mhm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab my user ID again. Monitors. This one. Okay, let's see. User and my user. And now I can see only my only monitor.
Okay.
If I
I
use-
think I have two monitors, but it's only showing me one. Let me see.
Oh.
I'm just querying in inspirations from monitors.
Yes, I can see one from yours, just one.
Oh, okay, that's good then. Because I maybe it failed creating the previous one. Let me add another one. Admin panel. Trigger. Trigger.dev. Tinybird. Check interval. Oh, it failed. Error creating monitor. Let me see if I find out why.
I'm going to try myself as well.
Create monitor. Invalid token. Maybe it's changed the append one for the
Yeah.
events API now.
Yes, that's for sure. Let me use this.
But be specific about which one it needs to change.
Only to post to the events API. Do not change any other request.
There you go.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to refresh. Lovable and Roca.
Yeah, that seemed to work.
It works. Let me go
Yeah.
back. So let me get your ID. Yes, you have two. One for Lovable, one for Trigger.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it. It's not showing up in the
Yeah,
state.
that's because the task needs to be run.
Yeah. Again, yeah. Gotcha.
We can try to do something. I'm going to change the API.
Yep.
Change the daily status API to return monitors without data.
To also return, you should have said.
Let's see what it does. From monitors, that's fine.
Yeah. Left join checks.
Well, it doesn't look very good.
Well, it's doing well if it's because it should be left joins on monitors maybe.
It should be a right join, I guess.
It should be a right join. Yeah.
Try with a right join to monitors. Yes, because this way is gonna join with a huge table, which is not what we want.
Yeah.
Because this table is supposed to grow a lot. This other that not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. It also changed the filters, which is nice. So let's see, deploy to cloud.
Okay, I'm going to create another one because now the task has run, so now I see it. I'm going to create another one.
Global.
All right, dashboard. Is it finished?
You have 3, right?
Yeah. Is it
And
using the endpoint?
are you creating another one, or it's 3 that you
I've
have?
just created a third one, but I'm only seeing
Okay.
2.
Yes. I think it's not working right. The endpoint. Endpoints. Let's see.
Is daily status not list monitors? No.
No, it's not list. Tinybird.
Trigger and resend. Resend's the one not showing up now.
Monitors. I mean, this should be fine, right? Join monitors on monitor ID.
Let me check. Is it sending any other parameter here? Might be filtering it out. Headers. This is sending the token and user ID. So
Response trigger low. And this was deployed. Okay. Change it to return also monitors with no checks. Let's try again and see what happens. With no checks, due to the right join, we implemented share related metrics. Okay, maybe. Okay, but the API is just returning 2. It should return 3. So this is the API is not working. Let me check daily status.
yeah. But it's doing from checks, right? Join monitors. Yeah, but if it's doing
Let's go here. Group IO. Now I can see. I think, okay, let's filter by user ID. Maybe it's not using the right user ID. Let me check here. The daily status, user ID, monitor user ID. No, this is fine. This is good. Monitor user ID. Let me check. And your user ID. Let me look for it. Your user ID is this one.
no, you. Yep. Resend. There you go. Now I see it, but it's because there's been a check.
Yes.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
I lost my microphone for a second.
Okay.
I was saying that we've been using Tinybird code so much that we've forgotten about how to SQL. It's okay. I think we can move on and we can get back to this.
Yes.
Back to this later.
So, I mean, the thing is, we already have like the multi-tenant public page.
Yeah.
There's
a couple of things I think we can fix, which is the last check, for instance.
Yes.
Which I think it's just making it up.
We don't have it, so we can add it here maybe.
Yeah. It might need to do like a.
But I mean, this is like a time series. I don't think it doesn't make sense to add like the last check in this API because it's going to.
That's probably why it didn't add it in the first place. So you can either add another endpoint and just have it filled in, separately.
Yes.
Or just have like maybe a subquery before or something like that calculates it and then adds it to the time series, I guess, a fixed.
Let's see what it does. Add a last check date in the
daily status.
In the checks, in the daily stats or status.
Let's see if it figures it out. If it recommends creating.
I need to get to the max timestamp. But
I think. Let's see. Is it grouping by?
Let's check it out. Let's check.
Yeah.
Last check date.
So that it's going to return like one last check date per date.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, we can live with that. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to deploy, and then I'm going to tell Lovable to use that date. Fill the last check date with the last check date from the daily status API. Okay, this is deployed. And okay, we have that. And what else apart from that?
Yeah, we so right now is if we're only seeing 1 day of uptime. I wonder if we could so we could maybe do a sort of a shorter grouping. So instead of just seeing 1 day, one value per day, just basically group per hour or group per something
minute.
like that, or per
minute, because I mean we have been running this for less than an hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it like that.
Or every 5 minutes or something like that.
Group the daily status. Let's go per minute, okay?
Yeah.
Per minute. So we
The
have
only thing is
more.
we're not checking every minute, but
Yeah. Mhm.
we can change that as well.
Per minute or per every 5 minutes. Let's see if it's able to do this. Per every 5 minutes. Okay, to start of 5 minutes. Yes.
Awesome.
The only thing is it changed the name of the column. So I'm going to say do not use 5 minute interval. Keep date as the name of the column. Because otherwise we have to change Lovable and the application will break and so on. Usually we should have tests for these kind of things. We are not having them, but that's the kind of things would fail before deploying. Okay. So I'm not gonna change anything in Lovable and see if
it works.
it shows like different. Oh, yes, we have 2 and we have several here and we have 3 here.
Awesome. So essentially, as we add more checks, also more checks get done, you'll get like a much more granular view of the results. And the last check is being shown correctly now, by the way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One thing is I think we can finally tweak the task.
Yeah.
So it takes into account the frequency interval and
how are you going to do that, given it's like a single task and you could have different intervals?
one way to do it is having an endpoint that returns the last. Well, we already have it, the last check, and then compare.
Yeah.
Compare the dates, the current date, compared to the last check plus the interval frequency, and you have it.
Very cool.
And that's it, I think.
Yeah, I think that would be plenty for today.
Yeah, we can leave it like that. Let me do it. I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna open the task.
Yeah, maybe open a new agent window, like a new conversation.
Let's do it. One thing they've added recently is this active tab.
Yeah.
So whenever you open a file, it's already passed as the context. Previously, you had to do it like manually. Modify the task to get the last check for each monitor and only check it if taking into account the monitor interval. Let's try to do it like this. I'm thinking maybe I would change the. We have here a request to list monitors. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to change this endpoint to return the last check here, because otherwise the task doesn't have access. So I'm gonna do it. Add the last check date to the list monitors
endpoint. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Can you go further up? Why is it? Oh, okay. Because it's doing a join, is adding the M everywhere.
Going to do a join. It doesn't need to do a join, I think. Can you get the max date from checks without doing a join? Let's see if it knows how to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think this makes sense, but I'm not sure if this is supported in ClickHouse. Let's see if this works now. No, because this is like a
CT
subquery that refers to the external query, something like that. That doesn't work. Okay. And it goes to the previous way of doing it. Try to use a CTE. Actually, this would be like a good use case for a materialized view, I think.
Yeah.
You can have a materialized view with the last date for each monitor, and that's it. But let's see what it does. Last checks. Okay, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then it does the join. This is fine.
Yeah, that should be fast also.
And this is the kind of thing that you eventually would ask to optimize. And instead of doing like the whole query each time, it would create like the, sorry. Okay, I close the session. And deploy to cloud. So now let's go, well, let me accept. And now we're going to get the last check. Let me see what's the name of the column, last check date. The last check date for each monitor. Check. All dates are UTC. Okay. These monitors already includes the last check date.
It's pretty cool because it's looking at the Tinybird. It's not looking at the API. It's looking at the Tinybird code and seeing in the endpoint the last check date, which is great. It's modifying the task now.
Last check date. Monitors active. Is monitor due for check, and this is the logic. Basically, last check date plus check interval minutes
times 60 times 1000.
Yeah, this is fine, basically. So that's pretty much it. This is already deployed, I think, in Trigger. Yes. And that's it. Let me test it. So to test this, actually, we should create like a task that runs every hour or something like this. I mean, a monitor that runs every hour. But I think it's fine. I mean, we can leave it.
I mean, like we have. I've created, I think, a couple monitors that have like a one check interval. So if we wait a minute, we can see if it's adding another check or not. You know. Let me see my monitors.
If I run again, it should not run any.
Exactly.
Any task. Okay. It's due for check. I'm not sure if this is working.
Check results save. Check results.
Last check.
Yeah, it did all of mine. I don't remember exactly. Let me see.
1510.
Run.
Current.
So I have a couple of monitors that are on 1 minute and one it's on 5 minutes. So two on like Trigger and Lovable are on 1 minute, and Resend is on 5 minutes.
Now I think it's not using UTC for some dates. So I mean it's a time zone problem, but the logic is fine, I guess. The thing is, here I think it's doing some conversion somewhere. But anyway, I'm not up to to take
Yeah,
it.
there's a to-ISO string there that might be. That's just on the message. That's on the log.
Let me see the dates in the. Let me see the dates in the text table.
Yeah. Do a order by timestamp disk.
Okay, these are fine. I mean, these dates are UTC.
Yeah.
But let me check the monitors endpoint, because list monitors. Last check date. Oh, this is good. Okay, so dates are good, but in the task, they are being like converted to UTC when they are already in UTC.
Right.
Last check and next check. Last check date to issue string. Let's check date. Let me paste this. I'm gonna give it a single try, and otherwise we can leave it like this.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this in the logs, but dates should be all. Is being parsed as a local time.
That's exactly it.
See, the new date. Okay. It's coming from checks. Okay. So, okay. It's because the date format.
So it's fixing to make it work in both cases, right?
Yes. I'm gonna do a quick test. And it's trying to do things. It doesn't need to. Let me see if this works now. If I go to tasks, if I go to test task, run tests.
Yeah, some of them should not be up for.
Okay, now it's working because
not due yet. Exactly. That's the 5 minute. That's the 5 minute ones.
Yes, that should be in 1 minute. And for instance, trigger is due for check.
It's due. Exactly, because it's been more than 1 minute.
Okay, so this is
awesome. Very cool. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how to close this.
So I think if you want to go back to the original the diagram. So this is pretty much everything we've done. We created the backend first with Tinybird. We started with something that was not multi-tenant, and then we added the public status page with Lovable. Then we created the with Cursor the Trigger.dev task, and which was already sending notifications to resend if there was some error. And then we created the authentication. We then added the multi-tenancy using the user ID from Clerk. And that meant having to update the monitor tables, and it meant also having to change how to create the monitors with the user ID as well. We fumbled around a little bit until we made it understand we just wanted to use the same sort of the main dashboard with the filter by user ID, but we finally got it to work. And then we updated the task so that it's only checking the monitors that are due for a check. And then we also updated the last check value, and we also the grouping for the status page so that you can see essentially if there are more checks, you can see more values basically. So a tighter grouping. And no, we did no backend code other than the task in running in Trigger, but we didn't have like a backend application as such, and we didn't code a single line of code. We did it all with all of these great tools, which is great. So yeah, hope this was interesting. And I think there could be many more things we could do. We could, have like an internal proper admin panel where you can see all of your monitors and have your sort of internal review of every single check and do more analytics and so on. And then also, I think what could be interesting is doing a bit more sophisticated alerts that you don't get notified every time it fails and things like that. But I think this is pretty exciting. Thank you, Alrocar, for all of keyboard whispering. And yeah, this is hopefully this was useful and interesting for everybody. And I think it's been 1 hour 45 minutes approximately. Not bad for a multi-tenant service from scratch. And we can leave it here, I think.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you, Alrocar. And yeah, see you at work.
See you.